Hi everyone, TheSuffolkRam from around Nerds. Welcome to my review of Doctor Who Twice Upon a Time. This is the Christmas special 2017. There may be some minor spoilers ahead, so if you don't think spoiled, please turn off now. So Twice Upon a Time is set directly after our season finale of Series 10. Was it Series 9? Whatever. Season finale of the last series. Where Capaldi, after having been injured in his last battle, Cyberman, finds himself in a very snowy place and trying to sort of hold his regeneration. And whilst there, he runs into his former self, William Hartnell's Doctor. It also neatly ties in with the 10th Planet, the William Hartnell's last serial from 1966, I believe was the year it happened. Yeah, 1968. It was nice. What was it? 1966. Yeah, 63 to 66 he was. Before he basically, William Hartnell in real life was getting not very well. He was finding it very hard work. So he actually bowed out for a couple of the episodes. Now I can't remember quite where this takes place in. This episode takes place in that time, and where this episode takes place within his finale serial. Whether those episodes where he was disappeared, this episode takes place in. It's been such a long time since I watched that one, well, you can't watch it probably because I think they're missing some of the episodes. It's been such a long time, I can't quite remember how it fits in. I'll have to go back and look and see. But it ties in with that quite nicely, actually. It worked very cleverly how they did it. It explains basically when he goes back to the TARDIS, because in real life he was ill, but in this they explain it as he's gone back and he runs to the Doctor. It basically centres round they come across this World War I soldier who just appears out of nowhere in the same place they are, and the soldier was basically in the middle of being in a sit-off in a crater with a German soldier, holding guns at each other, and basically at the moment where it was all going to go wrong, and mysteriously time stops and he was able to walk out and he runs into this glass-looking creature, and in doing so he then finds himself in the Arctic. And the whole serial revolves around how he got there, why is he doing there, what those glass creatures were, what they were doing, how they're tied in with everything that's going on, and basically ties all around that. I really found it really enjoyable. Probably of all the Christmas specials we've had with Capaldi, this is probably the best one. The first one he did where he met with River Song, which all tied off the River Song storyline, was nice to see, and it was quite funny and enjoyable, but wasn't brilliant, although I did quite enjoy it at the time. Last year's again I really enjoyed, although it left too many plot threads hanging. It was a lot more slapstick. This one's definitely a lot more serious episode, which I quite liked. It shares a lot of themes with Capaldi's first season two-parter, Dark Water and Death in Heaven. The whole idea of, and this is a minor spoiler, sort of the afterlife situation, what goes on when people die. It does talk quite nice with that. So I think Stephen Moffat has a thing for what happens when people die. There's a lot of his serials and have talk about life after death through technology. A lot of his episodes have that sort of theme running through them. From River Song's first episode of the library, they have little recorders that sort of hold their memories for a little while and so forth. It also, and this is not a spoiler because it's in all the media, it sees the return of Bill Potts. I was concerned because to me Bill's storyline was finished in the end of his finale, and it felt a bit weird immediately bringing it back for the Christmas special. Felt a little bit odd, you sort of all that big sort of build up to her finale and of her story, you can't then immediately turn it around by bringing it straight back. So I was a little bit I'm not sure about them doing that, but you know what, I felt actually worked. Actually, I felt it kind of worked. It sort of made sense, and when you sort of learn what's going on with her and how she got there, it makes sense, and you can understand what's gone on. There's also some other cameos of previous characters as well, which I won't spoiler. But yeah, with the tie into the previous episodes as well, I really liked that. I like the whole way it tied in with all the previous episodes. There's a lot of callbacks to histories, but they didn't feel like callbacks for callbacks' sake. They felt very much like that made sense for them to be there. So yeah, a really enjoyable episode of one. I'd say definitely one of his best Christmas specials. Probably one of the best Christmas specials overall in general. So character-wise, very small cast this time. I actually think it works better when you have a small cast. So we had well, obviously you got Peter Capaldi, excellent as ever, bit broody in this one because he's all trying whether he's going to live or die and so forth. Paul Mackie obviously makes a return back as Bill Potts, a character which I really liked. I was very concerned when I first saw her, but actually I really quite liked, and she bounces off some of the other characters really well. Mark Gatiss, which I think this will be his third Doctor Who appearance. I think he played Professor Nazareth. I think, yeah, I'm sure this is his third return appearance in Doctor Who. I might be wrong on that as well. His third appearance back, and yeah, he does a very good job actually of playing the World War One captain or soldier. He does a really good job, really nice job of sort of capturing that spirit and style. The way him, and I notice we have David Bradley as well, who plays William Hartnell. That sounds weird. He plays the First Doctor, who was originally also portrayed by William Hartnell. And he does an excellent job. He really nails the mannerism. I'm really quite impressed. I know he'd been in a Doctor Who special where he played William Hartnell when they were filming the about sort of the history of how Doctor Who got started. I didn't see that. I completely missed that. Didn't see it at all. I must really catch up and watch that sometime. And he worked really well. I understand he was really good in that. And this one, I can see why. He really does sort of capture. I mean, it's not the same as the original actor, but he really does sort of capture the mannerisms that Hartnell put into it. And him and Mark Gatiss, when they're playing their characters, the way they bounce off each other, of the time. They didn't shy away from the fact that it's very of the time characterizations of the way their sort of attitude towards women and, you know, what other things going on, sort of other things going on around that sort of time and things they say and do. They bounce off each other quite well because obviously they have a similar time frame, really, roughly the same. So I don't think they didn't shy away from that too much. He sort of just lampshade and said, well, yes, he was like that, but he grew out of it as he matured, like people do. People might start off as a bit, sort of have some funny ideas about other people, but over time they gradually build up and get out of it, which is quite nice. There are some other characters that return, but I'm not going to spoil them because there's some characters from all of Capaldi series return. Some big ones, some not so big ones. Some I'm surprised not to see back. So I'm not going to spoil who they are because that would be a spoiler, so I'm going to leave them be. So it's production-wise, there's some really nice bits in it. So there's a fantastic set where they switch between the old footage from William Hartnell, old footage, to the new stuff. So you actually see William Hartnell switch to David Bradley. Really neatly done. It's done so quickly, it's very hard to tell quite where the switch happens. There must be some CGI work. I mean, it might be done all through just kind of editing, but there must be some CGI work done on that to make that switch look so seamless. Really impressive. They did it a bit later on as well, but that's so impressive how they did it. I was very, very impressed by the whole thing. The old series really creates the old style sets, so you get to see the old style or 10th Planet style set. And that's the old style TARDIS, which is a lot more compact than the big grandiose things that Russell T Davies brought to the fore and made it a little bit OTT. I must admit, I actually prefer the smaller TARDIS sets, I suppose, because I always knew Doctor Who growing up. Well, I didn't grow up, but I always was watching all the old serials where it always was quite small, and then they go to this big massive thing. I always thought it looked a little bit impractical, but at the same time it saves them having to have, dozens of other TARDIS rooms they have to go to. They're sort of able to stick to like one main room, which works well. I suppose I can see why they did that way, but I do prefer the smaller sets. I think that's always quite neat. The enemy effects look reasonably good. It's always hard to do sort of the glass effect that you see in this episode. It looks pretty darn good, good enough. I'm more than happy with the style of it. I think it works. Yeah, I'm more than happy with the quality of the glass effect they do. And the set of the battlefield, I thought was very well done. My sister's a historian, and looking at the sort of photos from battle, we see some of the photos and the colorized photos, where they've sort of used it to colorize, which I know is not true to life, but you get the real effect when you watch it of how it looks really convincing. I mean, I was more than impressed by how well it had been put together and how well it looked. So that was really good. So production, I can't really fault it. I mean, I think it was very well written. I think it was very well paced. I think it was nice, a storyline that was nice, had a nice sort of ending to it with the antagonists. There was a nice sort of twist with them that was different and nice. Not something you see very often. In actual fact, it was nice to sort of finish on the note it did. I'll spoil it if I go too far saying that. I will absolutely spoil it, so I'm going to stop there and not say what the twist is, but it worked really well what it did. So overall, I really enjoyed this finale. It's nice to see. It's sad, so it's as for Capaldi's swan song, it's really good. It really finishes off his sword trip past quite well. I'm not entirely sure why he chose not the storyline of him not regenerating was written in, but quite well. And we finish off with him regenerating to Jodie Whittaker as the new Doctor, who, well, hold my hands up, I'm going to pass judgment when I see it, but part of me's not super happy with the idea. But I said about Bill Potts, Paramaki, and from the early footage, and I thought she was brilliant. So I'm going to not pass any judgment at all, and I'm prepared to eat my paper hat on that matter. So that's almost on that. So we're going to see what happens when the new series starts, which obviously will be some point next year, I hope. I haven't actually looked to see if it is, so I'm sure it is. So we'll look forward to see it then. But yeah, overall, really enjoyed this episode. Probably one of the better Christmas specials we've had, and definitely one of the, I would say, in my opinion, the best one Capaldi's done, in my opinion. Bit more dark, but not too dark. So yeah, really liked it. So yeah, really good episode. So I'm watching. I've been TheSuffolkRam. I'm from Around Nerds. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe to our channel. I generally do reviews around Doctor Who when they're being filmed. We also do bi-weekly podcast. My most recent one was broadcast on Christmas Eve, and we do broadcast on 23rd. Sorry. We do bi-weekly podcasts. When I do Let's Plays when I can get around to editing them and getting them uploaded. I've recorded loads of them. I actually need to get around to actually editing them and uploading them and broadcasting them. So we do Let's Plays, and I do a infrequent series on here called Round Rants, where I pick a subject and talk about it. They're quite infrequent. But yeah, I do those as well. So if you have enjoyed them, please subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you on a future review at some point in the future. So I've been TheSuffolkRam. I look forward to seeing you again in the future. Until then, see you later.